Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's great to have you here as we chill out and talk some movie news. So, we're going to be talking about a reimagining of Night at the Museum. That first movie with Ben Stiller, it was such a fun concept. I know it's based on a book, but I mean, working at a museum where the exhibits come to life, I mean, that's just such a cool thing. I mean, it could teach us about history and just interacting with the different elements of characters and animals and things throughout history in a museum. Such a fun concept. And Ben Stiller, man, comedic genius. The guy was so great. So anyway, let's dive into this article here and see exactly what's going on. I believe by now there's been like 4 different movies. Isn't there like the original Ben Stiller one? I think there's 2 more sequels to that. Plus, I think there's like an animated movie. So technically, I think this is going to be the 5th movie, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. But I mean, that first movie, it did very well at the box office, and it made about $500 million. So it did pretty damn well. But anyway, let's dive in. This comes to us from Deadline. So, Night at the Museum, reimagining in the works at 20th Century Studios. 21 Laps enlists Tripper Clancy to write. Okay, so let's go down and see what we can learn here. So, after turning Night at the Museum into one of the most successful family film franchises of the 21st century, 21 Laps has begun development on a reimagining of the 20th Century Studios, for 20th Century Studios, enlisting Tripper Clancy to write the script, sources tell Deadline. So, something they could do slightly different with this film, right? Instead of just being in the museum with the exhibits coming to life, they could kind of go the Jumanji route, where when you go to the exhibits in the museum, whoever's the night watchman, they get transported into that world where the exhibit comes from. So you kind of end up in, a different location, kind of like the Jumanji type movie. So imagine if you go to like the dinosaur exhibit, you actually get transported into the age of the dinosaurs. Like that would be something a little bit different, like a reimagining of this franchise. That's just my kind of thoughts on how they could do it. They probably won't go that route, but it's just something that I thought about. So, while specifics as to the plot are under wraps, the film is said to be a new story set at the museum with all new characters. So, I don't think we're going to have Ben Stiller returning here. Sean Levy and Dan Levine will produce for 21 Laps, with Emily Morris overseeing the project for the company. Okay, a frequent collaborator of 21 Laps, Clancy, who also worked with the company and Netflix as co-EP of the series I Am Not Okay With This, as well as developing Bolivar, a hybrid TV series based on the beloved children's book with Camille Nanjiani and Emily Gordon. Okay, so originating back when 20th Century Studios was 20th Century Fox, Night at the Museum franchise adapts the 1993 children's book by Milan Trenk, where a night watchman at a natural history museum sees his job descend into chaos when exhibits come to life after dark. Again, I'm just going to go back and say it. The concept is such a fun concept. There's so much you could do with it. Like, it could be kind of like a learning experience at the same time. They didn't do much of that in that first movie. It was more of a kind of a funny, silly comedy adventure kind of romp. But they could kind of like teach people about history at the same time and then kind of have it funny and adventurous. So I hope they kind of go that route. A little bit more of the kind of historical teaching moments, I think, that would be good in the film, in my opinion. 21 Laps, Levy directed and Ben Stiller led 3 films, each of which was a hit at the global box office. 2006, Night at the Museum, $574 million worldwide. Over $500 million. It nearly made $600 million, that first movie. That was how damn successful that movie was. 2009's Night at the Museum, Battle of the Smithsonian. That took a bit of a drop. That went down to $413 million worldwide. And 2014's Night at the Museum, Secret of the Tomb. It made another drop, unfortunately, $363 million worldwide. So it was diminishing returns. Every film that came out, people were less and less interested, unfortunately. Levy also produced each installment supporting cast over the course of the trilogy, including the late great Robin Williams, may he rest in peace, Owen Wilson, one of the all-time greats, I absolutely love Owen Wilson, Steve Coogan, Amy Adams, Hank Azaria, Dan Stevens, and Rebel Wilson. Following Disney's acquisition of Fox in 2019, the studio moved to further expand the franchise with Night at the Museum, Carmen Ra Rises Again, an animated feature produced by Levy for Disney+, which premiered in 2022. Yeah, so there have been 4 of the films. So there's that original, 2 sequels, the animated. So there's 4 at the moment. This will be the 5th one if they make this new reimagining. And that's pretty much where we are. And it just talks about Clancy, the writer. Basically, he's worked on a miniseries for Netflix. We don't need to go into all of that, really. Coming off of the record-breaking 2024 with Deadpool and Wolverine, Levy, highest grossing R-rated movie in history. Yeah, and just talking about basically Sean Levy and his successful kind of box office run with his different films there as well, guys. Have a pause and read of that if you need to. I'm not going to bore you guys with going into it, but like I say, pause and read it if you need to. So, Sean Levy and his 21 laps are repped by WME, Johnson, Shapiro, Slewett and Cole, and Ziffer Brittam, however you say that. But yeah, guys, so that's where we are. Unfortunately, there's no casting updates, there's no release date, there's no information about this. But it says a reimagining, which tells me that they're going to be doing something different, unique, and fresh. But it's such a great concept for a movie. They can do so many different things with it, but what kind of tone are they going to go for? Is it going to be more comedic? Is it going to be more action adventure? I doubt they would go the horror route with this. It wouldn't suit this kind of franchise, I don't think. But I think the interest could potentially be there, and I think it could be really successful if it's written well, and there's some great learning, some great comedic moments, some great action adventure scenes. But yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it. So guys, jump into the comment section. Would you like to see another Night at the Museum movie, a reimagined? And if you had the choice, who would you cast in the lead role as the Night Watchman? I mean, who would you pick? Who do you think would suit the role? Someone maybe like Chris Pratt, but is he a bit overexposed at this point? I'm not sure. But either way, guys, jump into the comment section and let me know with your thoughts, comments, and opinions on what you think. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber to help support the content on the channel here. I would really appreciate that. And hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with more movie news that we have going on in the near future. And with that down, as always, guys, I will see you in the next video.